and welcome to my final exam project presentation for Semantics and Pragmatics. My name is Aisyah Nadya Anindita and my student number is 251304214, and today we are going to visually and verbally analyze a highly dynamic interaction from the movie Legally Blonde. Without further ado, let's go.
The law is reason free from passion. Does anyone know who spoke those immortal words? Yeah.
Aristotle.
Are you sure?
Yes?
Would you be willing to stake your life on it?
I think so.
What about his life?
I don't know.
Well, I recommend knowing before speaking. The law leaves much room for interpretation, but very little for self-doubt. And you were right. It was Aristotle. Now, I assume all of you have read pages 1 through 48 and are now well-versed in subject matter jurisdiction. Who can tell us about Gordon versus Steele? Let's call on someone from the hot zone. Elle Woods.
Actually, I wasn't aware that we had an assignment.
Oh. Vivian Kensington, do you think it's acceptable that Ms. Woods is not prepared?
No. I don't.
Would you support my decision to ask her to leave class and to return only when she is prepared?
Absolutely.
Let's look at the first interaction.
Yes?
Would you be willing to stake your life on it?
I think so.
When Professor Sorwell asks, would you be willing to stake your life on it? This is a directive speech act, packaged as a rhetorical question. She isn't really asking for a bet, she is testing the student's confidence. Notice how the student responds with, I think so. In Pragmatics, the word think acts as a hedge. The student is trying to save his own positive face by not sounding too arrogant, just in case he's wrong. But look at the professor's response.
Well, I recommend knowing before speaking.
This is a massive face threatening act, or FTA. She uses a bolt-on record strategy here. Why? Because as a powerful Harvard professor, her relative power is absolute. She doesn't need to use soft cushions or politeness markers to spare the students' feelings. Efficiency and authority are her main priorities. Now, we enter the climax of the scene where Professor Stormwell catches Elle Woods off guard. Look at the screen.
Elle Woods.
Actually, I wasn't aware that we had an assignment.
All those ums and actually are linguistic markers of hesitation. Elle is using a negative politeness strategy. She is trying to minimize the offense of being unprepared by using a disclaimer, I wasn't aware. She wants to save her negative face, which is her right not to be publicly humiliated. However, Professor Stormwell turns to Vivian Cashington, asking if Elle should be asked to leave.
Would you support my decision to ask her to leave class and to return only when she is prepared?
Absolutely.
Here, Stormwell performs a brilliant pragmatic move, which is she delegates the FTA to another student. And look at Vivian's response. When asked if she supports kicking Elle out, she says, absolutely. Vivian completely drops any politeness strategy. She goes bold on record against Elle. By doing this, Vivian aligns herself with the professor's power structure, successfully damaging Elle's positive face, which is her desire to be liked and accepted by her peers in front of the whole class. To wrap up, this 4-line dialogue perfectly demonstrates how politeness strategies are heavily influenced by power dynamics. Professor Stormwell uses bold on record because her institutional power allows her to bypass any politeness. Elle Woods uses negative politeness to protect her status, but fails because Vivian Cashington uses a direct, unmitigated response to seal Elle's eviction from the classroom. This proves that in real-life conversations, we don't just speak to exchange words. We constantly calculate our social distance and power relations to survive the interaction, or in Elle's case, to survive Harvard Law School. I think that's all for my analysis. Thank you very much for your attention and see you next time!